Good evening, everybody.
Get out of the way.
You're all looking very comfortable and settled, and you're all very welcome to this very special occasion. I'd like to extend a very special welcome to our guest of honour, Michael O'Riordan, and his family and his friends. It's not very often that an honorary life membership is bestowed on somebody, so it is a special occasion. But I'm only a rookie around here, and I better get somebody who knows more about these things than I do to say a few words initially. So I call him Bobby Cousin to open the proceedings and put the thing in context.
Ladies and gentlemen, officers of the club, presidents, captains, and above all, fellow members. You're welcome here this evening, and it's great to see such a good turnout. Now, especially welcome is Mike and Mary O'Riordan. We are here to convey to them tonight the highest honour that this club can convey, and that is an honorary life membership. I was going to give you the history of golf back to the flight of the Earls, but Derek persuaded me to save that for another occasion. But, in relation to Mike Reardon, I have to say to you that you all know Mike. He's a member here for many years, and he's a successful businessman, and I could go on and on about it, but there are two aspects of his character that I'm just going to bring to your notice tonight. And the first one is Mike Reardon, the sportsman. He is the rugby club, hugely supported by him. He's interested in the racing, he's interested in all forms of sport, and is very interested in golf, and was, I should say, and is a particularly formidable golfer and a very good ball striker. And when it comes to the friendly four-ball, you'd rather have to be playing with him than against him, I can assure you, because at least your tenor will be half safe then. In relation to the other aspect of Mike's character I would like to bring to your attention is, above all, his commitment to this community, Newcastle West, West Limerick, its various institutions, clubs, and welfare. And his generosity has been unbounded. You don't know the half of it, is all I'd say to you. And you have an occasion like this when he's publicly honoured, it comes to the fore. But generally speaking, there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the background which I don't know half of either, to be honest with you, but I know a little about it. And his deep commitment to Newcastle West and its welfare and its institutions is to be commended. Now that has really come to the fore this evening in the wonderful contribution he has made to our locker room, changing room, showers, men's and ladies, which is outstanding. Before I return to that, during the winter of 2020-21, when we were locked down, I used to come out to the course here from time to time for a stroll and to have a look and see how the drainage and all the rest of it was going. And quite by accident, on two separate occasions, I met Mike. And we were lost in admiration for the work that had been done to the 17th green. It seemed to me, anyway, to lift this course into another dimension. And I think Mike was equally inspired by that. I think he was, in some way, showed him and made him mindful of what we have achieved here, but what we could achieve in the future. Now, the genius in the whole operation that Mike took on was the fact that he picked out what was the weakest link in our chain here. We have the room you're in at the moment, you have the golf club itself, the course, but definitely the changing rooms were below standard. In fact, I would go as far as saying that you'd be slow enough to bring someone out here if they to change their clothes. But he saw that, he took that aboard and mended that fault, or if you like, fixed that missing link. Now, typical Mike, of course, not only did he fix it, he went above and beyond the call of duty and produced a result which I think we all agree is outstanding. The locker room, the showers, the changing areas, the whole thing, as it lifted that what I would call weak point in our presentation to something way, way beyond what any of us would have contemplated or thought of. And that in itself is another, like the 17th hole, it's another way of giving us an aiming point, a look to the future, and a way of seeing what can be done here and the potential for this club. Mike, congratulations and thank you. And I think your thanks is forthcoming from all members of this club this evening. And I wish you and Mary and all your family the best of luck and good health and happiness in the years to come. Thank you.
Thanks a million, Bobby. Very well spoken. Now we'll call on Derek Heverin to say a few words, as long as Bobby hasn't stole his thunder.
Good evening, everybody. I don't know why I let myself in for this tonight. The occasion, yes, and honour, but to follow Bobby Cusson on the speech podium, I thought I was cuter than that, like, but no matter what age you are, you still got to learn. But anyway, I'm here and I will continue. So, Mr. Captain, Lady Captain, Mr. President, Lady President, Mike, Mary and the O'Riordan family, Mike's guests and fellow golfers. Tonight we have come together to not only honour Mike, but to also celebrate with him and his family with the addition of another prestigious award to his impressive golf CV. Honorary Life membership is the highest honour that the club can bestow on one of its members. The scroll beside me here, or that he will be presented with shortly, states, "The honour of life membership is hereby bestowed upon Michael O'Riordan in recognition and sincere appreciation of his outstanding dedication and commitment to Newcastle West Golf Club." This honour is not granted lightly, and that is how it should be. You only have to look at the 5 existing names on the Honorary Life Membership Board to appreciate this. Mike is a member of the club since he was in short trousers. Mike and 2 other members of the Short Pants Brigade, which were known then back in the, I won't say when, but these 2 other members of the brigade, namely John Whelan and Tommy Kelleher, have all gone on to become officers of this club. Bobby has mentioned Mike's loyalties and dedication and commitment to the club, and these traits and qualities come in various forms. His achievements on the golf course over many years are well known. On the fairways he represented the club with fortitude and distinguished himself in the GOI Cups and Shields. He is also a former captain, president and director of the club, positions he also held with distinction. Tonight I want to mention the O'Riordan family's generosity to the club. The seeds for this generosity were sown in the 1960s by Mike's father, Owen, who was a very generous benefactor and supporter of our club. This generosity has continued through Mike and the O'Riordan family down through the years. Early last year, Longcourt House Hotel came on board to run the bar and restaurant and to refurbish this lovely area that we're sitting in here tonight. At that time, Management Council made the decision to upgrade the ladies and gents' restrooms and locker rooms. Mike, on hearing of this, made a very generous offer to Management Council to fund this upgrade, as well as the upgrading of the upstairs restrooms and the Red Room. It is also important to point out that Mike always insisted that he wanted absolutely nothing in return, including any publicity. Work started on these refurbishments in April of last year under the watchful eyes of Willie Upton, who was ably assisted by John Devine. This work was completed towards the end of the year, resulting in state-of-the-art facilities for the club. While these works were in progress, it was my responsibility to keep Mike informed of the work progress and costings. Over the months that followed, we had many chats about these issues, and there were times I wondered about the rising costs. But Mike's brief to me was always, "Derek, only the best will do." And that's what he said time and time again to me. Only the best will do. To Mike, Mary and the O'Riordan family, for your generosity, we thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the following: the various trades, workmen and women who worked on this project. You did your trades proud, and as I said already, you certainly gave us state-of-the-art facilities. To Willie Upton and John Devine, who worked together, collating the various works and bringing the project to a very satisfactory conclusion. To our Captain Neelis for facilitating the unveiling, which will happen shortly. To Maria O'Carroll, John Devine and Pat McLaughlin for the work in sourcing and preparing the Honorary Life membership scroll. And I cannot forget at this stage mentioning Lillian, who always does so much work in the background. And she probably doesn't get the recognition she should, but Lillian, thank you too for all your work during last year. Finally, congratulations, Mike, on becoming an Honorary Life member of Newcastle West Golf Club. As I already said, this is an honour that's not granted lightly. But I know I speak for everyone here tonight and further afield when I say that you truly deserve the accolade. I hope you, Mary and family enjoy many, many years of good health and not only golf but also of leisure in our state-of-the-art facilities that you have so generously helped to create. Thank you very much.
Thanks a million, Derek. The next formality we have, if Mike would come forward, excuse me, Bernie Maloney, the chairperson of the Management Council, will now present Mike with his Honorary Life membership scroll. Absolutely. Yeah, we can set the photographs up after.
Nice to meet you.
All we need now is a big, resounding round of applause. And I call on Seamus Maloney, the men's captain, and Angela Ryan, President, Angela Ryan, the lady president, to come and unveil the updated Honorary Life membership listing. When you're ready, Seamus.
And I suppose this is a great honour for Mary, myself, the family, Michelle, Lisa, Carol, Alan, Anne, Lee, Jack, all the kids, and I'd just like to thank everybody for it, because we've been part of the place for a long time, and it's a pleasure to be involved, because down through the years it's been probably part of our life, most of our life. Mary and myself have been probably here, as Derek said, so we were in short pants inside the beach with fog and bend over, running around and playing golf and running here and there. 40 years is a long time. It just probably moves on. But we had a great 40 years. We were lucky we were in Killelan, and we had great friends in Killelan. There was a great start in Killelan, and we were always trying to strive. I suppose the men before us, the ladies, went to Ballybunion, and I think that was what we were trying to get to. You know what I mean? We never had an awful lot of money, and I suppose once or twice we tried to come out here, and thanks to the people like, I suppose, Bobby, Lord Mercy, Timmy, Geary, Peggy, like we had Derek and Lockie, Tommy Kelly, Lord Mercy, that was the crew, and they started it, okay, and we all got in line, every one of us. Everyone did their job, Everybody put the time in, the hours, We were here, we fought, we argued, I don't know whether Peter Burke is here, we put him through a lot of hard nights, selling tickets and buying the place and driving it on, and we have a great club. We have great people, I suppose, and the golf, like I suppose the social life was one side of it, but the golf was the other side of it. The golf, we had a great time. We had the Junior Cup, the Mixed, the Brown, the Purcell, Lord Mercy and the Rock. I used to say, there aren't too many dinner teams in that and those, because we all fought. We did. We all wanted to win. Everybody. Everybody wanted to make it better. That's what drove it on. And we had great times. We were lucky then. I suppose we had great friends out of it, because we travelled. I can remember one morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, Pat McLaughlin, Hyde O'Connor and myself knocking at Pat Nevin's door below in Rathkeil. We were going to Scotland, and he slept it out. We had to change the boat. We were going up to Belfast and go out, and we had to go from Dublin to Liverpool and stay out for a couple of days. But they were our friends, like Timmy Roach, everybody. We went to Scotland. We didn't know an awful lot, but we learned. Timmy won an old captain's prize or two, I'd say, out of it. Helen won one as well. The handicap secretaries weren't as good as they are now. And the friendship we had, was, I suppose, the people, and it is about the people that were here before us, my friends, our friends. We had great times. The Jigger Inn is a little pub on the 17th in St Andrews, and Dr. Mercy, the Bash and Brother Joe, standing inside, talking to the elves, and the Bash telling down the elves he should trust his swing. Every time we stood on the 11th tee in Ballybunion, the Bash said trust your swing, and then he hit it out into the middle of the sea. And everybody was so happy, that the boys kind of took over. They took him. Yeah, he bought him round the drinks for the house, and unfortunately for Ernie, boys went back every year for about 10 years, the same story, but they were the boys. I suppose every day I enjoyed the golf. As Bobby said, we had great 4-balls, and we played hard. Right, I haven't too many Bobby's 5ers, I can tell you. They're hard to get. I suppose that then it came out, I suppose we were here Bobby and myself, and we walked during the pandemic, we saw the place. You know, and like we were doing it up, we were looking at the 17th, and so we talked about doing it up, and then I met Derek, and fair truth to Derek put up with me, like Derek knows I don't answer the phone. You know what I mean? He kept trying and he kept trying, and I said, Derek, will you just keep doing it? You know, and he did. He did a great job. You know, he brought everybody in. You know, made them part of it, and that's what it was about. You know, that's what everything is about. I think. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to see the club growing again. You know, you'd like to challenge the younger members without the grey hair to drive it on another step or two or three. The future should be bright. So, because there is a great past, there is, and I think you learn from the past. And I suppose, unfortunately for all of us, you know, the people that are not here, Lord Mercy, my father, Lord Mercy, he'd be just saying, yeah, you did enough, but you could have done more. Yeah, and it was bad enough then when I go up to France, she'd say the same. You know, keep at it. You know, like we had great times. You know, stories that times that went wrong. Like I remember coming up the stairs inside one time, and we'd been invited to a wedding in America. And Lord Mercy, Deirdre, she said, I suppose you'll go to the Nash. And I said, I will. And she says, you should. You know, and we had loads of friends. We spent nights and nights inside with Brian and Deirdre, having toast at 3 o'clock in the morning talking about the golf course. You know, and unfortunately Deirdre isn't here. You know, but that's what it's about for me. You know, my friends, the whole lot of them. And I suppose there's a couple of more people, like Pat Hopkins and Una were part of the family, like, and unfortunately they buried their daughter over during the week. Not a couple of weeks ago. Pat was part of it as well, and unfortunately when my father died in 1999, Pat never came again, because himself and Dan Curtin had missed playing with the young man, you know, because he got him out of bed every morning. And that's what it's about. The days you don't want to come, it's about the people coming. I'd like to thank Declan Maloney, because without Declan, you know, the place wouldn't be what it is today. He just did it. Do you know what I mean? He said, I'll do it and I'll do it. We never discussed the price. He did it. He treated me very, very well. He treated the golf club very well. He organised all the buys. You know, there was no hassle. No, and all the boys that were here, there was Frank, Brendan, Derek,
Paddy the Painter.
Paddy the Painter, Paddy the Painter, they were all here, and they're all Foley, so we had to keep some of the money in the family, like, so they all got a bit out of it. So, and Declan, I couldn't think of Declan's, and he should be here tonight, but unfortunately he's working. Mary has him doing working inside the nest here again. Work has to go on. So that's all I'd like to say. The honour is something that I would cherish. It's probably, as Derek said, I've been around, I've done well and done it, but this has probably gone to the top of the list, okay? And before I go, I'd like just to do one thing, and that's to toast absent friends. So would you all stand and toast absent friends? Absent friends. Thank you.
Well done, Mike, and that you may enjoy your honorary membership. And I'd like to bring the proceedings to an end by thanking everyone who spoke, by wishing Mike and the family all the best of luck for the future, and by thanking Monica and her staff for the lovely setup that she has here tonight. It's not finished yet. The chef is busy cooking finger food at the moment, which should be lovely and gorgeous and fresh. So just chill out and relax for the evening. And thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure to have you here.